We had a conference in 2008. We received a lot of high-quality academic papers, but the papers were about specific questions. But the overall process, like how China became capitalist, was not clear. So we started writing this book in the hope to find some answers to the questions that remained.
People had a wrong idea of what happened. Here was a country controlled by the Communist Party, which introduced the country to capitalism. This is not what you'd expect.
Since 1978, it was regarded by the Chinese government as the start of reform. And if you go back to read that account, basically it says the Chinese government somehow magically designed this. And that's, seemed to us not credible. And our account showed what we call it was the marginal revolutions that led to market forces and paved the way for market transformation in China.
One of the marginal revolutions was the introduction of private farms. Previously, it's been collectivists run by the government, and gradually private farming was introduced in spite of the government.
Private farming not only just emerged in that particular village in Anhui province, but was widespread in China before Beijing make that a policy. And so the reason why agricultural reform, that is private farming, spread out so quickly, not because Beijing had a heavy hand, be able to enforce that policy, but exactly because that practice was widespread long before the policy was enacted. That explains the success and the rapid spread out of private farming in China.
It's important because people didn't think this was the way it happened. They thought of it as something controlled, set up by the Chinese government, and it wasn't. The
concept that's very much derived from Professor Coase's early work on the market for ideas. And we think that concept provides a better framework to think about the success and the failure of China's market transformation, and also provide a better framework to think about where China will be going next.